Hello, bead hoarders. How are you? How was your holiday? How's your summer going? Mine's awesome. I am taking next week off to finally put my studio and office together. I think waiting a year, putting it off for a year is long enough, so that's what I'm going to be doing on my vacation. Got a bunch of furniture delivered and junk and shelves, and yeah, I'm actually excited about it. So I don't really have any beading projects to show you. I've been working on some other cab techniques, just fooling around with trying to get images into cabochons, but I didn't want to use paper because you've got a background that I didn't want to deal with. Plus, you have to coat the paper, and that sometimes works out and sometimes it doesn't work out. So I wanted to try using transparencies. These, you can see it, you get a reflection here. These are printable transparencies that you buy at the office supply store. I got 100 of them for less than $50. Yes, it's a little expensive, but this is going to last me a lifetime. I don't know if I'll ever have to buy any more. And they print perfectly with your inkjet printer. Just your cheap, I got a cheap little $25 HP inkjet, and when I found my images, I'm making something for a friend of mine who's a big shot in the Tea Party, and she, you know, I think that I wanted to surprise her with this, and I think she'll enjoy it. But I made they love this old revolutionary symbol, "Don't tread on me." This is a transparency underneath the resin. And from our trusty old Constitution, we the people. And then I was watching some videos, a couple of gals, they made eyes out of their cabs, but they were using paper, like I said. I use a transparency, and I love this. I love it. It came out perfectly. I just found some images, altered them in my software to get rid of the photo effects and add a more opaque pupil, do some blending. You don't have to get all fancy. You really don't, but if you're able to, great. Back them with just, it's not even completely dry, but this is just some paint that I put on the back. Make it white, this one, and yellow on this one. And I'm going to show you how I did this. It was very easy. Very simple. I got sticky all over because I've been pouring resin all week experimenting with this. Everything's sticking, everything's stuck, everything. Ew. To throw this away. So I have a pan here. Move out a little bit. Move out a lot of bit. On pan. And I have another eye in this one. I have to put more resin in this one. I didn't fill it up enough, so I'm going to put a little more in here. And then these 3 pans, I'm going to add another transparency to them. And I'll show you. Where are you? There it is, buried under here. You can also add text. This is just my little name here, my little moniker, my what I call myself here on YouTube and in the world, TCBeads. And you're going to be very careful and cut these out very close to the printing. If you've got a punch, that'll work too, but I don't, so I'm using scissors. Try not to touch the ink because it might scratch off or smear. When you print these on your printer, use the highest, best quality setting in the properties partition of your printer software. Most of you will know what that means. If you don't know what that means, ask your kid, because they will know. Ask your grandkid, they will know. Ask someone who knows, because it's beyond the scope of this video. So just use the highest quality you can and print them out. Let them dry in the printer tray for 5-10 minutes. You know, just let them sit there. Do one sheet at a time. And I have my resin warming up in some water. Remember to warm up your resin, otherwise you're going to get bubbles. I got lazy and I didn't warm it up enough, and I got just nasty, ugly, funky bubbles in there, and I hate that. So these will get covered and I'll use them for something else. I'm using 2-part epoxy resin. Ooh, I'll go someplace a little flatter here. Use equal parts. I just eyeball it because that's how good I am. Not really. I just found that that works fine. And mix, mix, mix. I will fast forward through because mixing is very boring. I'm going to mix for 2 minutes. 1.5, 2 minutes I found has been sufficient. This I'm going to finish filling this up. Very thin stream. And a tiny bit to hold your image. Just a dinky bit on these that I've already cured. And you can do a whole new one if you want to. And now my hands are sticky because these bottles are old and got crap all over them. I'm going to pick up my little, come here, my little transparency with some tweezers like this. See? I'm going to lay it down, edge down carefully so that the air will escape from underneath it. I don't want a lot of air in there. I don't want any air in there. You can move it around. Put more on top if you'd like. I should have cut more out while I was setting up. And I'll cut out. I got a little sunflower and some lips. You can even color these with some marker. You could draw your own thing with marker if you want to. You could scan your drawing and then print it on a transparency. How cute would that be with like your kids' little art projects and stuff? I think that would be cute. My hands are so sticky. I'm trying to keep them off this. Get my tweezers and edge down like that. It's going to be cute. Just think it'd be pretty to bead around these, just different. And the lips. Again, try to cut as close as you can to the image. You don't want a whole lot of edge showing. That's the whole point. I thought I'd use transparency because they wouldn't have an edge, but you can still see a little bit of an edge. Kind of sucks. That's why paper is a problem for me, because you are definitely going to see an edge. There's no getting around it. I don't want an edge. Alright. Last one. Come here, camera. I can't wait till I get this new studio finished. In and now, hopefully by tonight, these will be ready for me to remove. And if they are, I'll show you the finished result. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see what happens. What else do I want to tell you? Oh, I'll pour the rest of this. There we go. So, I'll see you later when these are done. Okay, I've demolded them. Came out pretty good. This is the sunflower. This is the other eye. Cool. Kind of creepy cool. The lip was a little too you know, just a little too subtle. I didn't darken it enough. And my little logo. So, I have a paintbrush and some acrylic paint, and I'm just going to paint the back. And to do that, I'm going to use one of my one of my sticks with the sticky clay on it, you know, that stuff, poster tack or whatever it's called. And I'm just going to stick it on there. It will not harm the resin casting. Just peels right off there. And I hope this white paint is still good. It's really old. Whoops, wrong way. Oh, yeah. No, it's not any good. I'm going to have to use white polish like I did on the other one. Rats! Dang. This one, I'm going to use a light blue that I have. Come on, sticky, sticky. Get in there. Sometimes you have to get it a little warm. Before it'll stick. Oh. Come on, stick. 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 Be nice. It's a light blue color. It's really pretty. Put a couple drops on there. Take my brush and paint. Real easy. Nice and thick. Doesn't take long to dry. These edges, the edges, we'll clean up. You can peel it off. Put a couple coats if you want to. Stick it in your foam block. Let's see what happens when I try these little kissy lips. I have some pink, just for the fun of it. How's the weather been where you are? I hope you all have power. There's like thousands of people still without power here. It's terrible. Excess water off. And brush this pink on. Yeah, that's cute. You can see it. When this paint dries, I'll show you the finished project. And for I put the white away. Like I said, for the eyeball, because I'm out of white paint, I'm going to use white nail polish. It works extremely well. But you have to use a couple of coats. I've even just poured it on there. I just might do that. Just take the bottle, pour it on. This stick is too long. Whoop. And use your brush. cool. Dry. And this one, sunflower, I'm not sure what I'm gonna do. I'm not sure if I'm gonna use an orange or black. To think about it. Okay, the backs are dry. Is that wild or what? Look at that! So cool. That would be so much fun to bead and to make, you know, make something out of that. Just crazy. I would never wear it. Well, maybe I would, depending on what it was I made. Laura McCabe beaded some real glass eyes, as I recall reading an article some few years ago. It was bizarre and cool and strange, kind of reminiscent of that. Looks good. I'm happy with that. This is the TCB one. I have to coat these molds, leave a little, you know, just not as shiny as I'd like, so I'd recap them with resin. And the little lips came out okay once I put some nice light color behind it. That would be fun. So, like I said, I'm going to be redoing a room for my office and studio, which I really need to do. Also, I tried to print those transparencies at work using our DTG printer. If you don't know what that is, Google it. And it did not work. The ink in those printers is very thick and it pooled up. I used the lightest setting I could, but it pooled up and ran and looked really bad. I was super disappointed. I thought for sure that printer would work, but it hasn't. We have a laser printer too. I haven't tried that yet. I might at some point. So that's it. I have a skunk somewhere living around under my house somewhere. It is spraying at night. I don't know how to get rid of it. I come home from work and my whole house smells like skunk. It's really gross. I don't know how to scare it, or I don't know what to do. And I have a groundhog digging up everything. He will not go away. I've tried making him go away. He will not go away. Oh, God. Wildlife. It's, yeah, yuck. So have a wonderful week. If there's anything you'd like to see, let me know. Can't think of anything, you know. Can't think of anything interesting. I've been working on stuff like this, so beading is just hasn't been in the cards for me lately. But oh well. Stay happy, stay inspired. Remember that your life belongs to you. Bye.